Hey guys, it's Aubrey with Muttley Plans. Um, Coming with another weekly. Happy Sunday. That's when this is gonna be released. Um, yeah, I have three dogs laying right by me, so there is likely to be some snoring in the background. I apologize in advance, but they're too cute to move. Um, anyway, so for this week, I decided to do a like a snowy, dark mountain theme. I've I really actually enjoyed it. It was a bit of a change of pace from last week's where it was kind of like that cozy winter type deal going on. This week it was much more realistic for the stickers as far as the mountainscape, and definitely more dark. But I actually really enjoyed how this spread turned out. It's a lot darker than I usually would go for in a spread. And so it was really nice to kind of get out of my comfort zone for this. Um, these stickers, I have no idea where you could get them because they actually were sent to me by a pen pal. I actually think I did a haul on from my pen pal from this specific pen pal. Anyway, that showed me getting these stickers, but they're really nice. I think they're considered PET tape or pet tape or something like that. Because they came on like a little strip, kind of like what I've seen, in YouTube videos online. But they're very flimsy, I've noticed. And I like that, or I like that because it doesn't bulk up the planner, but I will say it's different if you're trying to be precise and stay within certain lines with the more flimsy stickers because like I don't know, they just stick to everything and they stick really well. And anyway, you'll see later on, I actually, pretty sure it's this one. I have to actually, readjust, one. I think it's in this spread. I'm not sure. But coming up, you'll see me have to like adjust one of the stickers and it's a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. I will say this paper, this Tomoe River paper that Sterling Ink has, um, is very, very sturdy as far as I have had to reposition mini stickers on my setups, and knock on wood, it has not torn yet. I'm sure one day it will, though, don't worry. Anyway, so the washi tape that I put down, that blue and white one, I actually got from Walmart. It was a set of three. It is Scotch washi tape. It was a couple years ago, so I doubt they have those specific ones. But I have really enjoyed having that washi tape. It's very versatile. Um, and just in case you didn't know, Walmart does carry washi tape, so you might go look at the crafting aisle. That darker one, I believe I got from Hobby Lobby one day. Um, but anyway, so for this week, I've decided to continue doing my to-do list on this sidebar. I and then also having my key because I am still doing the three separate inks. So you'll see me label the key later on as I get lower on this sidebar, but pretty much Birmingham Pinco's Megalodon, that's my ink of the month. That's what I use to mark in, my full-time job. And then I had my ink of the week, which is going to mark in my personal um, things. And it was Sailor Ink Studio 641. I actually did a whole video a few days ago on me deciding on which ink to use for this setup for my ink of the week. So if you haven't seen that, absolutely go back, look at that video. I've been having a lot of fun doing those videos. I'm still getting the hang of the whole video thing. But so far, I am having a ton of fun doing the different videos and getting to share my setups and just my thought processes with y'all. My whole goal of this channel is to just be able to share what I love, which is fountain pens and journaling and planning. And so I've really been enjoying getting the opportunity to share this with y'all. So, I did use just a Tombow, a gray Tombow, to mark in that 8 o'clock slot. So, in case you don't know, I talk to my mom on the phone every night at 8 p.m. And so I just automatically use that marker now to mark in that slot instead of using a ton of pictures. I mean, oh, words are hard sometimes, guys. Stickers, not pictures. Um, and so I just draw that line and then I get the little call stickers, which I have on my thumb right there. And I put those like bookends along that 8 p.m. line. And as you can see, I'm going through my sticker book, and I'm just picking out things that I know I'll need. So there's a couple of scripts I know I'll need for work, and then of course those stickers with the phone on them. So I don't know about y'all, but I hate having to place a sticker, then go dig down another, go through my book again. So as I'm going through my book, if I know I have something that I'll need later on, I just go ahead and stick it on my hand and have it to put down. I feel like it saves time and it keeps me from having to go back and forth, back and forth. So on Thursdays, or more towards the end of the week, I do my best to do my budget check-in. I've found that in order for me to be more accountable and do a better job at keeping my budget or keeping myself within budget, I need to do these check-ins at least once a week. Um, I've been doing the check-ins for the past 3 weeks, I think, and it's helped significantly keep me within my budget. Last year I was crazy with the budget, and so my goal this year is to be better, and yeah, that's been helping a lot, the budget check-ins. Um, you'll see me put several things down in advance. Work is heating up, and as you'll see as we go through this video, I actually am not able, for the first time in a long time, to plan every day because I was so busy with work. And then I know Tuesday I didn't even get to plan because I went straight from work, had like an hour or two with my husband, and then went to Bible study. And then by that time, it was time for bed when we got home. Um, but work has been heating up. I had like 3, 4, maybe 5 actually meetings this week for work, which is very abnormal for me. At my job, I'm usually strictly like patient care. And now I've had a ton of meetings pop up, and it is, I would like to go back to just patient care, honestly. I'm not an admin-hearted individual. I am definitely a patient care-oriented provider. So hopefully the meetings will go away soon. But unfortunately, I think this coming week I've got several more meetings. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop complaining. So marked in all of that for work. I was unsure where I wanted to put my habit trackers. But I decided to just go on that lower part on top of the washi tape in the end. The two things that I'm tracking, the two habits that I'm tracking currently is me not watching YouTube and then me not eating meat. So if you've seen my last couple of videos, you've heard me talk about the fact that my husband and I are fasting. So we chose specific things to fast. He and I together are fasting meat. And then me for myself, as a spiritual fast for me, I am fasting YouTube. So basically, during the times that I would usually watch YouTube or anything like that, I do something more constructive. I'll either do Devo or I'll work on my knowledge. I'll read the news um, or I'll just read in general, honestly, instead of watching YouTube. It's been really good, but at the same time, like I have certain people that I follow on YouTube, certain creators, and I'm like, oh my gosh, their videos are coming out and I can't watch them. Obviously, when this fast is over, I can, go back and watch them, but I don't know, it's a thing about being able to watch it the day that they come out. I don't know. I'm weird, so obviously I needed this fast. And it has been good. I've been more productive. I definitely think once the fast is over, I will be going back to watching YouTube. But I think I'm gonna have certain restraints on my YouTube usage. I think that's what I'm gonna plan to do. Um, Anywho, so in that bottom left corner of that sidebar, I am putting in my key. So for my personal, I'm using the Sailor Ink Studio 641. For my full-time job, I am using my ink of the month, which is Birmingham Pencoast Megalodon. And then for I think it's the third week in a row, for my third ink that marks in my part-time job that I have, I am using Ferris Wheel Press Gale Force Wind. Oh, and another change. So you see, another change that I did is I actually put my YouTube to-do list on the sidebar. When I was looking at it, I was like, that sidebar looks a little bare. I don't have a ton of to-dos this week for my personal life, and so I was like, let's just do this this way. And I actually like stacking it that way. So I might do that moving forward now. Anyway, so on to actual planning. So I set it up on Sunday so that all I had to do on Monday was come in, sit down, and mark in what I did for the day. So I do mark stuff in my planner in the evening time. So this is my pretty planner. It is not my planner. So this is, a lot of people call it a memory keeper. So I don't tend to mark anything in until after I have done it for the most part. Just because I want it to be pretty. I don't want to have it all scratched up. I do have a separate planner that I use for work. It's a week size sterling ink, and I mark the mess out of that. I'll mark through it. I have a very strict color code, all of it. And I actually did a setup with about that one several videos ago, but feel free to go back and look at that if you haven't. I've got a setup of this planner, this A5 sterling ink that I'm in right now, as well as a setup video showing that sterling ink weeks size. You do not see my week size, my work planner, because it's got work stuff in it. So yeah, you'll only ever see the setups of my work planner. You'll not really ever see the after the pin stuff. So this week, I actually wound up going over hours in my full-time job, so I was only able to do like 2 days at my part-time job, which isn't the end of the world. It's just, I kind of feel bad. I'm supposed to be helping them out, but I wasn't able to do I think I got 5.5-ish hours in this week. So I kind of felt bad about that. But I also know next week I've got more mandatory hours for my part time. So it's going to kind of, even out, I think. Um, anyway, that was a ramble for nothing. Um, so Monday, in case you didn't know, was actually International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And growing up, the Holocaust was one of those things that I wanted to learn more about. It's very interesting to me how a whole population would buy into, what Hitler was doing and stuff like that. So, um, the Holocaust and just keeping the memory of it alive and stuff is near and dear to my heart, um, because I think it's very important to remember history, even if it is the bad history. That way it doesn't repeat itself. So, anyway, because of that, I did choose a quote, and it's actually a new quote. By, and I'm going to mess it up, but it's Ronald Lauder, and he's a survivor of Auschwitz, and he actually did a speech on our National Remembrance Day for the Holocaust. And in his speech, he said it was the world's silence that led to Auschwitz. And that just resonated with me so much. I actually wrote it in my journaling part, and I was like, I I want to also put it and remember it in my spread. And so that's why I put this quote. And honestly, moving forward, depending on how much I have to put on this bottom strip, I think I might start putting quotes. I think I might start trying to put like a quote of the week or something down there, because I really liked how this turned out. And yeah, I think I want to carry it forward. So moving on, I did wind up doing Tuesday and Wednesday, um, filling those in on Wednesday, because, like I said, Tuesday was just way too busy. So, oh, and LV is absolutely snoring. She is a mess. Um, anyway, marking in my hours for my main job. Um, if you don't know, that pin that I'm using is a TWSBI Echo Cream and Rose Gold. It's a really good pin, especially if you're looking for a starter pin. I know starting out fountain pins, especially the cost and everything, can be very daunting to people, especially if you're trying to be budget conscious. Um, and the TWSBI's a pretty good option. They run anywhere from $30 to $50. Um, however, that being said, there are absolutely other options that are cheaper and quality. They just don't have the ink capacity that a TWSBI does. So keep that in mind. If you're somebody who writes a lot and you only want one pin, absolutely go for the TWSBI Echo. If you're like me and you want all of the pins, especially if they're decently priced, there are some really good ones that you can find on Amazon. Hongdian makes really good pins. I love their innate. It's one of my favorite pins actually to write with. And then this pin right here is a Natami clear and rose gold. It's actually a pretty good pin as well. This pin right here is a Jinhao Century 100. So it's got a medium nib. I don't necessarily like writing with that nib. I did hear that Jinhao medium nibs sometimes can be a little off, and so I did purchase some fine nibs that I've just got them in earlier this week. However, I haven't had time to change it out. So I'll let you know when I change it out if there's any difference and if it's actually worth it. Because the Jinhao pins are very cheap. This Natami that I'm riding with right now is one of my favorites. It's like $15 to $20 on Amazon, and then that Jinhao was they run anywhere from 10 to 15 for those Century 100s. Oh, and I guess I forgot to cut out when I accidentally switched my camera to the front facing versus, yeah. Anyway, I am not a technology person, not very well. Anyway, um but anyway, so moving on, Thursday night, I was able to get a little bit of planning in, which was very nice. I had a long-ish day at work, but it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't awful. So, but I did not get a chance to go to, actually Thursday and Friday, I didn't get to do my part-time job at all. I just strictly did my regular job. So, and then if anybody's wondering, which you may not be, but I'm going to tell you anyway, I am actually doing really good um about I'm being really good about working out at least 3 times a week. Which I'm super happy about. In the past, I've been very lackadaisical on my working out. And so I'm glad that I've been able to push myself to do a minimum of 3 workouts a week. Actually, some weeks this month or the month of January, because it's February now, but the month of January, I actually worked out more than 3 times. And me, the cardio hound, is actually doing pretty decent about lifting weights and stuff like that, which is good because in the past I've been like, I'm just gonna knock out a run and call it a day. Which, for full transparency on that, I did do that twice this week. That's why there's 2 treadmills. Um, because I got so busy at work and I'm like, I don't have time to lift weights and do all the things. So I'm just gonna hop on the treadmill. And I think I ran a mile and a half on Wednesday and 1 mile on Thursday. So, and then Thursday, I was so tired. Me and my mom actually wound up talking for almost an hour and a half on Wednesday night. And so I didn't get to bed until like 10. And I was so exhausted. So I took a very long nap, and enjoyed every minute of it. Sadly, because I was so busy and working longer than normal hours, this is the only nap of the week. It was kind of sad, but is what it is. First world problems, I guess. So Friday, I did not have time to plan, which you'll see why in a moment. And so I'm actually planning this and filming Friday through Sunday, actually, um, on Saturday. So, on Friday, I actually wound up working until 4 p.m., which I know some of y'all are like, oh my gosh, that's like fantastic. You got off at 4. I was like, yeah, that's all well and good, unless you get to work at around 5:30 a.m. Um, because I'm usually done by like 1:30, 2 o'clock at the latest. But I actually had a meeting at 3 p.m. So I had to stick around for that, which turned out to be good because it gave me time to catch up on my notes. My computer has been down for the last 3 weeks, and I've had to like borrow a computer from coworkers and stuff like that. Um, and that's really messed with my usual like rhythm as far as getting my notes done and stuff like that. So I really actually needed that time that I got on Friday. So also on Friday, I got home from work and I was able to get a breather. And then it was actually date night. So it was kind of an impromptu-ish date. Um, but basically, me and my husband were like, we are really craving Mexican food. So we went to my favorite Mexican food restaurant. And we had cheese enchiladas, and then afterwards we went and had a drink at a local hotel bar, and it was actually really nice. Um, it gave us time to really enjoy each other's company, because we'd been doing a lot of together alone time, but I've been working so much, like I just hadn't had the mental anything. And so it was really nice to take a break from just work and life and everything, and get out of the house and just enjoy a good dinner with each other and a drink or two. On Saturday, we got to go to our favorite coffee shop. On our way to church, we volunteered to help paint the inside of our church. And so we spent a decent chunk at the church painting it on Saturday. And then after that, we went ahead and did our grocery shopping. We usually save grocery shopping for Sunday, but we are trying to switch up where we do our grocery shopping at. And so we wanted to go ahead and do like a run of what that would look like. Usually we like to do a one-stop shop, or that's what we've been doing. However, um, we want to see if we can't do multiple stores. It'll be cheaper, and yeah, why not? So we did that, and then after doing grocery shopping, we went to a new ramen spot that opened up in town. It was very good. We will definitely be going back. In case you're wondering, that sticker was actually came off of a roll of washi tape. I got that from a small paper store in Seattle last year, and I just cut it out because it's a ramen washi tape, and it was super cute, and it just, yeah, it went decently. So I went ahead and popped that in. Also, I forgot to mention, so I had a bit of a blonde moment, if you will, and since I did this planning session on Saturday. Technically, Saturday's February, right? So in my brain, I'm like, okay, awesome. Let me go ahead and load up my TWSBI Echo with my ink of the month, which is Autumn in Auburn, from Ferris Wheel Press. And I did that before I did this planning. And so I anyway, so that's why there's that change in ink that you see for my work. And then I also went ahead and used it to write in the ramen place. I'm a little bit bummed because it definitely does not go with the overall theme here. It would have looked better if I'd done it with the Birmingham Penco's Megalodon, but life is life and mistakes happen, and we just roll with it. And so I rolled with it. So yeah, that's that. And then also I went ahead and I future planned for Sunday, so we are gonna do church online. That way we can get up early and finish our T posts. It has been on the to-do list for the past like 3 weeks, and it's going to happen. Then we're gonna do church online and gonna just do some housekeeping things the rest of the day. And I'm sorry for the shaking. Sometimes my husband likes to bop his knee while he's playing. So that's what some of this shaking is right here. I've also been doing some meal prepping, especially with being vegetarian for a little bit. I found that that really has helped me. And so I decided for this coming week, I would meal prep bean soup. So I just wanted to mark that in as what I'm gonna do for meal prep for next week. And then this is a close up in case anybody wants it. I know I appreciate when creators do this type of close up on their planners after the pin. So I wanted to make sure I did this for y'all. All right, thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this, please feel free to give me a like. I will see y'all next week.